like a synthy string.
Okay.
Look like a music video. Ooh. Okay.
Hold on.
Let me try one more bass that we fuck with.
How big are you on like using tape saturation or vinyl distortion?
Oh, depends on what you're using it for or what you want your sound to be.
Then we got this line right here. So this is the automation line. And then right here is where you can pick what the effects are. So this is showing us the audio effect and the frequency. So like if you want to change it to something else, you just open this up and find whatever else it is. Right? And then to record it, you want to make sure this is on right up here at the top. Everybody see that? You see the two lines on the circle? Yep. And then you can just hit record, or this is a record for the overdose. And you record automation. And the cool thing about Ableton is as soon as you do the automation, like when you do it live and you record it, it's automatically there and it stays back. So you see how I wrote it right there? So that's just another way to make yourself sound different. Because the best thing is like everyone in here is tight, right? Everyone can make beats and everyone can do everything, but you got to figure out the extra little pieces that make you different, right? Because I be going up against like these guys. He's crazy on the drums and he's crazy on the keys. So I got to think of something cool I got to do to like fit in to make sure I still get publishing. So a lot of times I can just have automation and stuff like that, so I can add an extra swag and be like, yo, he couldn't do that as fast as me. I can add that, and that makes me valuable. Then they call me back. And why I've been here for 7 years.
Right. I got all the tricks, the DJ tricks that you use for every genre. That's crazy. So, maybe I can play some chords. Damn, we're gonna make 2 fast beats, but this sounds like
Because we use that also.
which genre do I feel like doing? Like, who do I, is it pleasing the world? Is it pleasing, you know? So, what do you guys think? Where y'all feel?
All
right, Weekend. Yeah. The Weekend. All right. showing off. I'm doing 2 fingers, but I can go crazy with both fingers. But
With my mouse, not a MIDI controller to it, I can just record a movement.
I do like
Whenever you want, just do whatever strokes, and we gonna get the right bars after.
Is that good? Yeah, the first take just isn't on the grid. Oh, that was wrong. I fucked up.
That was cute. What are you saying?
It was corny. Okay, I mean, you can keep it. You can keep it. I'll just let me hear it.
I liked it. I don't get it.
I think I'll just brace it up. It's loud as shit.
Cute.
This bracelet is fucking hard. I'll do it. Damn.
Right. Alright, we have one measure left.
I could do like a.
We have
We had endless conversation. Past tense, can't go back in time, and that's all I'm saying. 'Cause deep down I'm searching for a feeling you gave me.
this is my fucking heroes. I got all my heroes in the bed. One of the few people that became a producer, I just took the shit to a whole other level. Doing movies to other experiences, TV shows. He made us realize that it's just not about making beats. And he did that shit a long time ago. But this is my big bro, Hutton. Y'all better get your questions in because I got mine. He taught me a lot of shit. Yeah.
Oh, it's like working with Easy.
It's my guy, and proud as hell of these guys. Here you go. I got the dopest shit you ever heard. This shit on every one of your artists. That's disrespectful. How do you know what the fuck I got going on? Don't walk up to me and tell me you got better things than I got going on in my life. Like I'm just wasting my time. Like you want to make it, not me. So be humble, right? And a lot of times people, when they talk about getting music placed, I say, how humble were you when you presented yourself? Did you walk in with an act of service or with an entitlement? Most people lose the deals and the opportunity because they have so much entitlement, and it's the way they present themselves that make a motherfucker say, I'm never gonna talk to that person. But if you create a space where you bringing something to the table, you're gonna always get called up for. So when I first started, and you hear Snoop tell these stories, they used to laugh at me because when I got a few dollars, I went and bought a scooter. It's a world famous story. A white scooter, an elite scooter. It only went like 45 miles per hour. So everybody laughing, because everybody else got Rolls Royces, fucking Lambo, all types of crazy stuff. And I'm sitting here coming to death row on the scooter. But at the particular time, my life was the studio. Why would I be out trying to live a life that I'm not really living for real? All I wanted to do was work and be better than everybody in the studio. So if I'd have had bought a car at that time, I'd be out flossing more than I would be in the studio. It was a distraction. So I got a scooter because I was only trying to get from Snoop House to the studio. And I would take those drives, and I offered a service where if anybody ever needed anything, I was right there. Even though I was making bigger records and all that, but Snoop, we pull up to a hotel, I'm grabbing bags. Everybody, oh, he's doing this and that, because he's the superstar. So when everybody would get left at home on tour, you know who would get the call, we finna go out of town? Me, because I'm an asset. I'm making sure that the room is cool, he get his room first.
The definition of creating a hit has certain set factors that are always the same. Like, don't say, no salad today, but you will eat this meat. It's only gonna be 4 salads. So, like, the main thing, and I think this goes for everyone, that's like the most important thing to learn. Like, the guy next to you is not more talented. This guy's not more talented. He worked harder, and he don't take shit from himself. If shit is not good, he will go back to the drawing board and make better shit. And this is the case I see with everyone that's successful. There's no ego.
What DAW do you use, and what's your favorite and least favorite thing about it?
FL Studio.
Yes. Oh, cool.
Tell you, like, my favorite thing about FL Studio is it's so easy to start with. Then my least favorite thing about it is, like, you know, like there's a battle of the DAWs, and like this is more precise and this is better processors. Yeah, FL Studio has some fucked up sound design qualities, and I work with the team constantly to try to improve it. But there are already some things that you can do to improve that quality. I'll give you an example. Like, automation in every DAW has a certain latency. So if you draw volume automation to create a sidechain, every DAW has 20 up to 30 milliseconds of delay, which is absolutely terrible, of course. Like, Pro Tools has zero delay. So if you really want to be like that, you use Pro Tools. For me, it's just like, okay, I know what it is, I know how it works. You can, you have a PPQ setting in FL Studio, which takes up a lot more CPU, but it gets almost as direct as Pro Tools. But it's like, you need to know this type of shit to get it to work that way.
Music theory or feeling?
Feeling, finished by music theory. So like, we were in the studio last 2 days, and we start with the feeling, and until we find something nice, and then when we have something nice, like, okay, now we have something nice, how do we take something nice to super amazing?
I have a question. First of all, I want to say bedankt voor die komst. And I want to ask, as particularly from an American standpoint, how do you recommend getting into the international scene? Because I know that, at least from my experience being in Europe, it's a lot easier to transcend certain barriers. Because I think that, like, a lot of international markets aim to make music that caters to an American market, or that caters to a certain type of sound. So how would you recommend, you know, in reverse, you know, coming up as a producer or artist, like penetrating the international market?
Research. Yeah, it's shitloads of research, but you have to find the playlists of local radio stations. I do it still. Like, I have a record I put out, and before I finish the record, I look what's the playlist in Germany, what's the playlist in Holland, what's the playlist in France, what's the playlist in Spain. It's like everyone right now is doing Latin, and everyone's telling me, yeah, you should do Latin, Latin's big. And I'm like, well, I'm not really that guy, but still, I see and I scout the playlist, and like, wow, people in Germany are listening to music that they don't understand the lyrics. They listen to Spanish music, so it is definitely big. But knowing this type of stuff will allow you to use certain sounds, use certain input, use certain rhythms that are hype at that time, you know?
What was it like starting your own label?
Easy. It's like a digital thing. You register the name, you have someone help you with the administration of it, and then you have your own label. You just need DSP access. But there's like there's a million companies out there that do it for even like 5% just to do that for you. So you just have to deliver the music, deliver the artwork, they make the catalog number, they do all the official shit, the music's out.
When collaborating with artists like singers, what is your process for that? Do you make the beat like kind of with them in mind, or they're there from the beginning creating it?
That's completely on the situation. Like when we went in, people like to work on the fly. Okay, we work on the fly. Either you send music to the label, you send music to their manager, or you get songs and they ask you to produce it, or you want to be part of it.
Which do you prefer?
The most fun is working from scratch, but of course, like, the most easy if like someone sends you an amazing song, it's like, hey, you want to work on it? It's like, yep, that's the easiest.
I was just gonna ask, what limiter do you use? Use the stock FL or use the
Fab Filter Pro L.
Oh, okay.
How do you read a club in a crowd, like, before you about to DJ? Like, cause I know every crowd is different everywhere I go. So how do you, like, individually read a crowd before you even get to, you know, doing your thing?
I don't anymore, but I'm at a level with within my industry that I can get away with playing the wrong song 3 times before playing the right song. So like, I can go on stage, I start playing my thing, and I always make sure that my first 5 minutes is super fair, and I see what works, what doesn't work, and then I will use that information to build the rest of the set.
You gotta tell them how you took me on your jet and we made a beat and we played in a club, bro. That's crazy. He literally just made a beat on a jet. He didn't tell me he was playing it on the. You remember? I know, but the shit was crazy. I was listening to it in the club, but he didn't tell me he was gonna play it in the club. So I'm like, man, this shit sounds like shit we just did. But just to see how they reacted to it, and like, it's a cheat code because he literally just to try it out and see it works before anybody else does.
So I was with David in Miami last week, David Guetta, and he told me, like, during COVID, like, he had no idea what to make because he noticed this was the first time he wasn't DJing, and like, we need to DJ to see what works and what doesn't. Because when we're in the studio, like, oh my god, this is crazy, yeah, this is crazy, yeah, wow, let's go to the club and play it. You play it, and you're just like, okay, maybe it's not that crazy. You went the wrong route, you know. So it's like it's people. So you always want to play something, see what they react to, and even if someone else is playing before, you can see what they react to. So just watch that. And it's the same thing with production. Like when you produce something and you're excited about it, you play it to people. People don't get excited. There's nothing wrong with the people. There's something wrong with your production.
Yeah, so, I was about to say because when I played certain stuff, I went to Paul Okafor DJ camp. So when I went to the DJ camp, I played hip hop, and it was like, they gave me the haha smile, like this is nice, right? But when I transferred to house, they was like, they started to, body language completely changed.
You have to get your message across to the people. Like music is always about like you have a message that you want to put out, and you build something around it to put out that message. You have to make sure that the translation is correct. Like you have to make sure, like even now when I'm speaking to you, I need to know I'm saying it in the right way for you all to understand me. It's like that's why when I go in studio, people talking to me about like, yeah, my art's not right, I need to scale. I'm like, yeah. Like, good luck with your career. This is like if you're gonna base your career on shit you can define, there's a chance for success, but it's very small. So it's easier to try to define the success of your career based on things that we can actually talk about, things that you can write down and think about. So I would really suggest y'all to do that.
Last one.
When you approach like a remix for a song, how do you approach how do you start the project? Like when you
first I ask what they need, then I ask what they want, then I look at what they need, and then I look at what they want. And then that's like my area of working, and then I will do something in between that.